Good evening and welcome to the meeting of the full St. Peter School Board. Monday, July 17th, 2023 in the Governor's Room. It is 6:30. We will call the meeting to order. If there's anyone here that would wish to speak, please see Sarah to get your name on the card. But we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We need to consider and adopt the agenda.
So move.
Second. Got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Agenda is adopted. Sarah? No request to speak tonight. Okay. Item number 5, approval of consent agenda items. The consent agenda is in our board packets and in the packets in front of you.
I move to approve the consent agenda as written.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion items? Things we'd like to talk about from the consent agenda? Discussion. Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Consent agenda is approved. Thank you. Our action items. Number 1, consider approval of tenure action for probationary teachers. Mr. Granza.
Yes, very good. This is the list of 8 teachers who have reached their tenure status by getting their 4th continuing contract offered. We are now into July, and so we are to the point where Michael Johnson, Heather Bakke, Regina Siriani, John Bartholomew, Ariana Beely, Stephanie Evans, Kylie Coleman, and Alexandra Rivers are receiving tenure, and there isn't an action to approve it, but ask that you recognize the tenure of these teachers and help them celebrate a bit.
I'll move that we recognize these teachers.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Other than a congratulations to them.
A woohoo.
A woohoo.
That's a nice list.
So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Congratulations to those teachers. We're glad to have you. Item number 2, consider a resolution approving a 10-year long-term facilities maintenance revenue plan.
So tonight we are bringing to you the 10-year LTFM plan. This is something that we have to bring to you annually. It needs to be approved by the board and the commissioner every year. Just as a reminder, LTFM is for maintaining our facilities. So it's not adding to or enhancing, it's just repairing the roof and the water heaters and the parking lots, those types of things. So each year we get $380 per pupil unit, and that is split between levy and aid. It's roughly 50% in levy and aid. And then the Facilities and Maintenance Department creates a 10-year plan on the expenses and the projects that we're going to do. So there's just about a dozen categories that these projects get split into. And the Facilities Department then plans those projects based on the different categories and then the different school sites that we have. So you are allowed to have a negative in the long-term facilities maintenance fund. Technically, it's part of Fund 1. St. Peter did have a rather large negative balance quite a few years ago because of some roof projects. So we've slowly been working our way out of that. And as you can see in the projections over the next few years, we tried to stay positive for as long as we could with the projects that we have on deck. And then as you get to years 9 and 10, we go into the negative again because we have some of those larger roof projects. But this is the proposal that we have for you for the next 10 years for LTFM, and we are open to any questions if you have any.
This came before the business committee and we reviewed it at length, and I would like to move the resolution to approve the 10-year long-term facilities maintenance revenue plan.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion, questions, things we want to talk about? Discussion. We will proceed to vote. This is a resolution, so we need to go around the table.
Aye.
Mr. Leonard, Mr. Lokensgaard,
Aye.
Ms. Stewie,
Aye.
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 Mr. Kaut, Ms.
Aye.
Martins. The resolution passes. We have approved the 10-year LTFM revenue plan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thanks to the business committee for reviewing in depth. Next item up, consider approval of the 2022-2023 Strategic Action Plan Progress Review and the 2023-2024 Action Plan Overview. Mr. Gronsa.
Yes, well, we spent about the last hour and a half going through all of this in depth, so I'm not going to go through it all again unless you really want me to. And so we're just asking for your approval on this year's action plan.
I'll make a motion to approve this year's, am I approving this year's action plan?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
this year's action plan. This
Sec-
one.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Thank you to Mr. Granseth and the administrative leadership team and all those involved in the progress update and in the really good detailed plans for next year. So thank you all for that.
Agreed.
Any further discussion? We'll proceed to vote. All those in favor of approving the strategic action plan review and overview signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's quite the effort put in by the team over many days and weeks.
Yeah.
So,
Item number 4, consider a resolution authorizing the superintendent to be the identified official with authority for MDE access. It's a lot of letters, sorry.
yes, it is the Iowa.
The Iowa.
Yeah. Each year you identify in Iowa, every district does, and that gives me the authority to go into our software systems or the state software systems and grant people the authorization they need to be able to enter information into state software. And that's the EDIUM, the access system. And so the recommendation is that you make me the Iowa. I in turn make Sarah one of my proxies, and we both can go into the system and make changes as needed. That's it.
If we make you the Iowa, do we make jokes about you or?
You probably should.
I was wondering if the school is in Iowa, have in Iowa, or do they have like something like a Minnesota person or?
Maybe they have like a South Dakota.
But regardless, I will,
Is it?
I'll move the resolution to authorize you, Mr. Gronseth, as the, have the authority as the Iowa for MDE access.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. This is a resolution, so we will go around the table. Mr. Leonard.
Aye.
Mr. Lokensgaard.
Aye.
Ms. Stewie.
Aye.
Aye. Mr. Kaut.
Aye.
Ms. Martins.
Aye.
The resolution passes. Congratulations, Mr. Gronseth, for being our Iowa.
No, Iowa.
Way to go.
Is that a good thing?
I
It
don't
is-
know.
it is-
Nice.
it
You're
is.
it, you're it now.
Sounds kind of corny.
Yeah.
How many of you does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Oh, boy.
Oh my goodness. Well, I know that my yeah.
Item number 5, consider membership in the Minnesota School Boards Association, MSBA, for 2023-2024.
This is a motion that you take every year, just about every single district in the state. Actually, I don't know if there are any that aren't members of MSBA. They help us with so many things, elections, our policies, our handbooks, serve as a resource when we have questions, and they are right here in town.
I recommend that we approve our membership in MSBA.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? We'll proceed to vote. All those in favor of renewing membership in the MSBA for this next year, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you.
Just cruising right along.
We are. Number 6, consider a resolution calling for a general election.
Yes, as you are aware, we have 4 seats that are coming up for re-election or election, and as part of that process, we need to call for a general election. The resolution doing so is enclosed. It is quite lengthy, and what this does is it lets the state and the county know that we are officially holding an election, and gives Sarah and I the charge that we need to move forward with the election.
I'll move the resolution calling for general election.
Emphatic second.
A motion and an emphatic second.
Let the minutes show.
Let the minutes show. Ben's excited. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? We will proceed to vote, and this is another resolution. So we'll go around the table. Mr. Leonard.
Aye.
Mr. Wilkins-Garza.
Aye.
Stewie.
Aye.
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 Ayes have it.
Aye.
Resolu-
Aye.
The resolution carries, calling for a general election on November 7th, 2023. Number 7, consider a resolution establishing district regulations related to the counting of write-in votes.
So this is something new the state has brought about regarding write-in candidates. It was once that no matter how many votes a write-in candidate got, they need to be counted and tracked and communicated. And so sometimes, believe it or not, there's silly votes like Donald Duck or Mickey Mouse or what have you, or maybe someone will get, 3 or 4 or 5 votes, and they have to be counted and tracked. This says that unless they are getting at least more votes than the lowest non-write-in candidate, that they wouldn't have to be counted.
Aha.
So my question is, how
Don't
do
you have
you...
to count them to know?
That's what I would
Yeah.
think. But I think you have to count them, but they don't have to be listed in your official count in the paperwork.
I think what they do is as they go through, they have the
Stamp.
write-in, they do. But the problem is, they're 4, so they may vote for 3 people and write somebody.
Right.
So you can't just throw
Can't
that
just
ballot
throw it
out.
out. Right.
Well, and it's by precinct, so how do you know that, like, you only know your,
No.
We're
it's-
not by...
It's not by precinct, the city would be.
It's the final tabulation.
oh, is that where you're, okay.
Yeah.
But don't they count the vote, I don't know, I thought they counted the votes like,
It runs through the scanner, and
Well,
the
they-
write-in will be identified some way, and then
okay.
you look at how many
I don't know how
identified
they
are,
pull the
and
votes up.
if it's less than the least number of votes received by a candidate, then I guess
You don't
they
have
don't
to
worry
count.
about going through and writing them all down and stating who
Recording
they
and
are.
everything, yeah.
So they just eyeball it?
Well, I just trust that whoever's doing it knows
Well,
what
the
they're doing.
machine would count how many
Machine will
write-ins
tell you
there
how
were.
many write-in votes there are and how many votes every candidate got.
Right.
So if the total of the
So the
write-in.
total
Oh,
write-ins, regardless
it's
of
just
who
the
is written.
total
Right,
number
yeah.
of write-ins.
Gotcha.
Not individual.
not individual.
Now, if the total number of write-ins is greater than the first one,
Then
then
they
I
look
get
to
it.
see who it is.
yeah.
I got you, thank you.
I gotcha.
The
Thanks for the
total number of
clarification.
write-ins.
Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Help me through that, thank you. I didn't have my
I could be
second
completely
afternoon
wrong,
caffeine
but-
dose.
We believed you.
Well, we should understand what we're, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is helpful, yep.
And I recommend passing this resolution as written and explained.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Proceed to vote. It is another resolution. We'll go around the table. Mr. Leonard.
Aye.
Mr. Wilkinsgaard.
Aye.
Ms. Stewie.
Aye.
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 Ayes have it. The resolution carries, establishing district regulations related to counting write-in votes as described by Mr. Crowe.
And it also does
I'm sure
say-
Barbara Luker will have
Yeah.
it
And that-
all done. and-
Yep.
Yeah.
That is exactly, I mean,
Yeah.
how you
You see
said
that.
it is
Yeah.
exactly how it's worded. Well,
It does
not
say that a
exactly.
write-in candidate can submit a request in order to have their individual votes
Yes.
tallied as well.
But
So,
it doesn't exceed.
Does he or she have to pay for it? If they have to bring someone in.
Or recount.
TBD.
Yeah.
All right. That's it
Well-
for the action items, so
Let's hope it doesn't happen.
All
we
right.
don't have any information items. So we're on to reports.
The principal's report at 6:46 may be a record.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Don't ruin it, Doherty.
Yeah. I
Targeting. I feel like that's targeting. What was the term you? What was the term you used
Don't
last
go
week?
full Doherty.
Don't go full Doherty on the presentation. Okay, I got thick skin.
So we are right in the middle of lots of summer programming. So in the early childhood area, we have early childhood special education extended school year. This is our last week for that. And then K-8, we have our targeted services program running, and that is the program that runs under our ALC umbrella. And so we'll let Mr. Doherty and Mr. Graff talk a little bit more about that, but we are in week 3 of that program. It's a 4-week program. It's 4 hours a day for 16 days. And so we have transportation coming to that program, coming and going. We have breakfast and lunch served to all the students participating in that. And then Darren and John will give more detail.
Yeah. So North actually houses all kindergarten through 4th grade. So it's happening at North during summer school. About 140 students, I think we have in the targeted service program. And then we also have ESY for students that have an IEP. And I believe we're right around 20. We have 2 homerooms. Our case manager's teaching at that level, and then South, I think, has 2 as well. So, yeah, we're moving and shaking. And then middle school, you guys have 5-8, and John can talk more about that. North is also, I'll expand a little bit more about as far as what's going on at North beyond ESY and targeted services. We have Saints Overtime going on as well. So it's busy in the cafeteria, the media center, the lunchroom. And at the same time, our custodians are doing a fabulous job getting everything cleaned. All the 2nd grade classrooms have had carpeted replaced. That was like the last phase of summer construction. There's just one room they're waiting on. They needed some special adhesive or something. Otherwise, they'll be ready to go, and I think all the classrooms are cleaned and ready to go. It's making me a little nervous. The floor is already shining like it's August 15th, so I'm like, oh, we still have some time. get some things done, but otherwise, I could use some sunglasses from the glare.
Still
Thank
mess
you.
them up.
That's the thing too, like don't haul the furniture or drag it across the hallway. Yes, we're reminded of that, so.
And just to note too, that targeted services program is funded through that ALC, and it's through student participation. So we submit that to the state, and so that's a self-sustaining program or self-funded program.
At the middle school, I'd just like to add, we also have an ELL program going on. We're servicing about 11 students who have some language needs. Andrew Smith is helping us out with that. If you remember, Andrew Smith filled in for us this past school year with the loss of Emily Kroc. Aside from summer programming, middle school is being cleaned, as is North, or just like North was. In addition to that, though, we have a new ceiling in our 2nd floor, which looks really nice, and a new paint scheme down the 5th grade hallway. So slowly but surely sprucing the place up, getting ready for the school year. And then lastly, we're once again hosting our Jump Start program, which is our 5th grade orientation. And that Jumpstart program will happen on August 14th and 15th. We have 3 sessions per day to really support our 5th grade moving into the building. And then along with Jumpstart, we do have an orientation program for students who are new to district that are not 5th graders. And we just call that new to district orientation. And Ms. Dozie will be hosting that on the 15th in the Media Center.
Thank you.
Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Superintendent report.
I was just a little concerned about Mr. Doherty. That was awfully brief.
Yeah, do curtain call, come back up.
Just a few things going on, as the principals mentioned as well. We do have the solar panel project that we are, I think they're all installed, but not connected at this point. That will be coming up. There will be some brief periods where we will need to completely shut down the building, because if you're going to hook into the power system, you probably shouldn't have it on when you do that. So there will be I'm not sure of the date yet.
27.
And the middle school?
27.
Same. Oh, okay. That the district office will likely shut down early on the 27th, because there won't be any power or
Excuses,
internet
excuses.
or phones. And we will be diligently cleaning the grounds.
Yes.
Yes.
As expected.
Also, the Highway 361 project behind the high school is coming along. I happen to ride my bike by there every day, and it's well, did you see the huge culverts that are going in? And it's completely level on the far end of it. So they're making progress. It isn't slated to be finished until end of September, beginning of October. It will be blacktopped, but it won't be lined until then. So until it's completely finished, it will be quite some time.
Will they open it before it's lined or not?
You know, I don't know.
Just curious if it would be open before school, because I know that does kind of take some traffic off of those roundabouts. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's congested up there, but it truly is like a 10-minute issue.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just those 10 minutes
For
are
sure.
so stressful.
But it's the ditches are gone when they're finished, so that'll be really nice. And there'll be a lot less dust flying into the tennis court area from there too. And then just a happy reminder that there are 30 business days until the start of school. 42 calendar days. We are officially at midsummer. And I may need protection out to my car on the way.
Well, that is super exciting.
Yeah, it is. Things are coming right along. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Board members around the table, Mr. Leonard.
Nope.
Mr. Wilkins-Garden.
Nope.
Ms. Stewart.
Nope.
I guess I wouldn't refer to it as a highway. It might give the students the wrong.
No, that is what county road,
The slow
361,
county
is that
road.
what it is?
Yeah.
County road, 361.
Township Road, isn't it?
Is it township?
Oh, yeah, it's
Okay.
township.
And then Nicollet County Collaborative did approve our
Oh.
proposal to make our contribution in kind with part-time staff members.
That's right.
That's all.
Thank you.
Nothing.
All right. We've got some upcoming meetings of the school board, policy committee, Wednesday the 26th at 4. We also will have a study session that will result in a closed meeting to discuss Superintendent Gronseth's annual performance review at 5 p.m. on the 26th in the Media Center. Education Committee, Tuesday the 8th of August at 1 p.m. The Business Committee on August 9th at 4 p.m. And then we are back here for a regular board meeting on Monday, August 21st at 6:30 p.m.
I just want to make a note that the July 20, 6 should be a special board meeting.
Special meeting.
Yep,
Not
rather than a study session.
We have that discussion downstairs, trying to, yep, perfect. So it is a special meeting of the board.
That goes into closed session.
Yep,
Yep.
yep. Fantastic. Any other things that I missed? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Emphatic motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting is adjourned.